Welcome to my estate here in Tennessee. This really is my backyard. This is a soybean farm behind the fence there. I want to address a comment I received quite recently on a video I made called Sequel, How to Know If Your Hairline is Receding. And Hamill for Real had this to say, quote, "You're 35, you're looking good," end quote. So I thank you for that compliment. I just want to talk about something that's fundamentally important to me versus something that's fundamentally not important to me. My hair is not fundamentally important to me. I have to be prepared, just like the moment of death, that can all go away, you know, within a few months or a year, whatever, you know. But what I care about more is looking good for my age. And with or without hair, I can still look good for my age. Here's what's cool. At age 36, by the way, I'm not 35, I'm 36 now. What's cool though is I could be compared to another 36-year-old man who's lost his hair. He's Norwood 5 or 6. But I can still look better for my age than he does. And I like that. And then, no, this is not a video about my natural looks or anything like that. It's funny because like when you watch on TV programs and you see men that are not the leading men, but that are still prominent characters. Let's give an example here. Steve Carell. I know that he's had hair transplants, but still, and by the way, he's the same height as me, he's 5'9". But what's interesting is, people don't see him and think, oh, that's a good looking guy. They don't think that about him. He's very average looking at best, right? And let's forget about the hair for a moment. He's a guy who's physically fit for his age. He's probably pushing 50 by now. But when The Office first came out, he was probably in his early to mid 40s. But that's the kind of men you typically see on TV. You see men kind of my stature, kind of maybe slightly below average height or whatever, but they're in shape and they're fit. And see, that is a major advantage that you're going to get to have as you grow older. I know that you're 17, 16, 21. You're much younger than me, and I know that. But here's what's cool. Whereas you may lose in that sliding scale of, you may be losing your hair sooner than other guys your age, and you may think, oh, I'm really losing out in this comparison and this bell curve and this lineup here. What's cool is, even though you can't naturally control that, you can control how well you take care of yourself. And see, I think that's an underrated secret about the charisma I have on these channels. Because it's funny, because in the real world, I'm not exposed to guys that are younger than me. Like, I work with a few guys that are like in their early or mid-20s, but like less than age 23, teenage years, I'm not around guys like that. So it's an interesting dynamic that I'm twice your age and talking to you about this thing. But something you have to keep in mind is most 36-year-old men don't look like me. Why not? Well, I mean, like me, they're married and have 2 kids, that sort of thing. But because of that, they let themselves go because they do get comfortable. And what happens is they're working their office job just like I work during the day, and that's when I'm taking those breaks and you see me shooting the videos, right? But what I'm doing also is I'm actually running 2 miles every 2 days. As you may not know, I am a vegan and been one for years, so I'm very cautious about what I eat. And what I do eat, I make sure it has enough protein, fat, and fiber so that nutritional, as far as the nutrition I'm receiving, I'm well taken care of. So I'm gonna look good. So you can take an average looking guy like me, and I can be mid-30s, with or without hair, and I'm still gonna look relatively good. It's funny, it's like the power of using average looks and knowing how to manipulate that to where people see so much more. Like, I love the fact that I'm just average looking. In fact, it wouldn't be a good thing if I had Brad Pitt looks, because why? Because then once I start losing my hair, all that more superficial look would go away. But as an average looking guy, I can just take care of myself, and as I get older, I look good for my age. And I love those compliments like I just received, because that's what I'm going for. That's fundamentally important to me, to look good for my age. And again, you can do the same thing as you get older and as you start to lose your hair. You may lose a lot more hair than I do, quicker than I do. But what's funny is, as you get older, other men are going to be losing their hair, but a lot of them aren't going to be taking care of themselves. So one of the best things you can do as you get older is definitely to exercise, do good cardio, and eat well, because that is going to go so much further, arguably more so than having more hair than other guys. So not that it is a competition, but I think there's definitely undeniable truth that you're comparing yourself to others anyway. So it's almost maybe selfishly, I don't know, somewhat rewarding in some way to know that as you get older, if you focus on these things you can control, you end up kind of winning in the end to that regard. And I can feel good about that because that's something I'm controlling versus what I can't control. I'm drawing attention to these other things that people are noticing more than this anyway. So thanks for that compliment. It very much so is important to me to look good for my age. I think that's a good fundamental thing to focus on and not worrying about, oh no, I'm losing my hair. Instead, I'm like, what can I do to distract from that to show that, hey, I'm funny, I'm charming, I'm entertaining, I'm fit, I look good for my age. That's something you can carry with you beyond your youth. Because right now you're young and it's hard to imagine yourself, 15 years from now. But eventually when you are, with or without hair, you've still got all this other stuff that you're banking on. And it's much more valuable in the end anyway.